welcome to This Week in Agriculture. I'm Esther Gishuki, and joining me is Dan Miano from the Kenya Chamber of Commerce. Karibu sana, Dan.
Thank you.
You can introduce yourself.
My name is Dan Miano, CEO Chamber of Commerce Kiambu chapter, and also the agriculture project that we are doing with 15 organizations. I chair that project.
Okay, then Dan, I think you'll really like our first story because it touches on avocado training. Farmers in Kiambu County have concluded a one-week training on how to grow avocados for export in respect to the expected boom after Kenya and China got into a trade agreement for the supply of avocados. Upon completion of the training, the farmers were awarded with certificates, which is a requirement by the Global Good Agricultural Practices GAP certification. Jacqueline Kemunto reports.
The Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry entered into a contract with a consortium of institutions to produce, finance and market avocado products from farmers it has engaged for this project. Kiambu Branch Chief Executive Officer Daniel Miano said there exists a large international market for high-quality avocado products that is impossible to satisfy with the current avocado production in Kenya. Miano said that the farmers, before they planted, they had to undergo training first as there were requirements to be met and also sign a contract with the buyer. During the seminar, farmers were trained on the best agricultural practices for avocado production, where Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, in conjunction with ZTech University, was to give technical and research services, while Equity Bank would give financial support by offering loans to farmers. KEFIS would give quality seed advice, while several other institutions were to seek certification of individual avocado farms that have been registered with this agreement.
The government is trying to provide an enabling environment so that everyone does not say that I am running a nursery that has no license because there was nobody to inspect. So there are some set of requirements, and one of them is that you must have some knowledge on what you are doing, how to raise a seedling, how to graft, how to tell this is fuerte and this is Hass or another variety. So that we call it true to type. Because we wouldn't want farmers to plant a tree today, wait for 3 years and we are waiting for Hass and it produces kienyeji. So we train farmers, even farmers and all the nursery operators on how to get true to type or to even identify true Hass or true fuerte. And there are all sorts of characteristics like the smell. I'm sure you people don't know that some smells of the leaves, the leaves of Hass and fuerte, they smell differently. And those are some of the small basic things, even the way the leaves appear. Small things that you can actually tell this is your fuerte or this is your Hass.
According to Mo Farm Company Limited, a horticultural farm who has agreed to buy the avocados from the farmers directly, they will provide officers to the farmers to show them how to plant, apply fertilizers for the 3 years, and also will help farmers in harvesting.
We enable even to surprise, to meet the demands, and even at times we are forced to export the local avocado, the ungrafted one. With that regard, we are very happy and we appreciate the consortium and the governor of Kiambu. For the consortium which has been formed, and I know within the next 3 years we'll be able to work together as a team and we'll meet the goals. To mention, Mofam is an exporter who is known countrywide and also outside the country in those markets. And the other day we got an award from Avocado Society of Kenya through EPC, the best in the medium category. We got a trophy to that effect. To mention also, recently, on 31st, I was in Nyeri County. We had a start, and we talked to the governor, the Ministry of Agriculture, Nyeri County governor, about this project of avocado. So I'm very sure we'll go places in the country, and we are going to elevate farmers to another new level.
Kenya earned 78 billion Kenya shillings last year out of exporting avocado. Kenya also imports avocados from Rwanda to meet the local export. Reporting for Farmers TV, I'm Jacqueline Kemunto.
Dan, what is your take on that story?
Yeah, as Chamber of Commerce, what we are doing is we've brought together 15 stakeholders to help in training farmers, and we want now to turn farmers just from being normal farmers to become, we are calling it agripreneurs. And we want to change the mentality of that farmers can only be done by people who are doing it like more of a hobby, but to change their mentality for it to be a business. And we are focusing on the Hass avocado, whereby we've brought in exporters, and last year we were in China to just certify that the market is there. And for sure we were assured the quantities we were being asked for is like in one city was in Foshan, we were being asked for 20 tons per week. So when we came back, I wanted to know, are we capable to do this, and how again do we support our small-scale farmers? Because at the moment, most of the exporters are the big scale farmers, but also we need to bring the small-scale farmers up so that at least they can be able to join the export market. So the export market has some conditions from the SSP's protocol that was signed.
You can elaborate some of those conditions for us?
Yes. For example, we need the global gas certification for people who are exporting in Europe and China, that being the larger Asia. And most farmers are not aware of this, and especially for somebody who wants to go commercial in terms of farming of the Hass avocado, they need at least the global gap certification. And also we are training from seedling production up to the end of the product, the full value chain. So we brought in 15 organizations, with each organization mandated to take care of a different aspect that is required for the export market. For example, we brought in KEFIS to help with vital sanitary, global gap certification training with the auditors come from Europe again to come and audit the farms. We brought in Mofam and Delphi Kenya to assist with global gap training. Then we brought in JQuat to train in agronomy, in horticultural. So they came up with a training module which farmers are taken through. Then we brought in Zitec University to train on entrepreneurship and also use their resource center for IT. We brought in Horticultural Crops Directorate. Again, they are mandated in terms of export and also certification of the nurseries and all that. We brought a youth group. Actually, we are doing pilot in Kiambu before we go to 31 counties.
Dan, when people think about this training and the fact that it is helping farmers, small-scale farmers, to get into the commercial Hass avocado market. When many farmers think of that, you think that maybe I need 3 acres, maybe I need 5 acres. What is the limit?
Our requirements is at least half an acre and above. Half an acre will take between 70 to 75 trees. We do not have a maximum to whatever number you want, but at least for it to be commercial viable, at least you need to do half an acre plus.
And how many farmers are you targeting?
The project is for 3 years. We are targeting 8,000 farmers in the 31 counties that we've mapped that can do avocado production. And actually even the title of the project is Avocado Production and Marketing for Small-Scale Farmers. And we are targeting farmers with the requirement of half an acre, and also the other requirement is accessibility to water. That's why even we have training, during the training we have Elgon Kenya training on irrigation, because we do not want, again, with the climate change, we do not want, again, farmers to rely on the rain. You must be able to irrigate your farm. Yeah, so we are targeting 8,000 farmers in 31 counties. Yeah, and at least we're looking at, if each farmer can have an acre, so we're looking at 8,000 acres.
And what is the process of selection for the farmers? What do they need to have beforehand, except from the access to water and also more than half an acre?
What we do is once, for example, what we are doing with the pilot program is we select a sub-county. For example, we are doing pilot in Kiambu for 3 months before we do the main launch. The pilot program was launched by Peter Biwott, CEO, Export Promotional Council, who are part of the consortium. And we first work with the sub-county officers to identify groups, farmers groups, cooperatives, individual farmers who are interested in the project. And we do sensitization about the project. The training takes 5 days. The first certification is done, what you're required to do. And then from there, once we get the interested farmers, we put them in the project. They undergo the first training. And actually, after the training and the first certification is done, they sign contracts with the quarter that we are assuring them that we will be buying their fruits at the end of production, to just avoid many of these projects which have come up and people are just trained. So how we are selecting the farmers is we are doing sensitization per sub-county. We get 2 or 3 sub-counties together. For example, in the pilots we've done so far, we've done Kiambu and Githunguri farmers, and we sensitize maybe 100 farmers. Then from the farmers we are putting cohorts of 20 farmers in groups. We train them now through the class, practicals and all that. And in the consortium, again, as I mentioned, each organization in the 15 consortium that I mentioned, the 15 organizations, they send somebody to train on a specific topic. So it's something which is very holistic.
Do the farmers pay for the training?
Yes, the farmers are paying for the training. At the moment, for the pilot project, the farmers are paying for 15,000 for the 5 days. These again include the venues, the meals, because we are taking it to the nearest. If we, for example, use Kiambu in Githunguri, we do it in Kiambu. The next one in September, we are doing Kikuyu, Limuru, Kabete. We will be doing it around Kikuyu. So it's paid for the venue. And also, apart from signing contracts with these farmers, Equity Bank has brought in agronomists, that's one of them, who will be visiting farmers. And also in the consortium, we've brought also an agronomist to run the project. And quarter visits to the farm individually will be done. So before even all the certifications are done from Global Gap, we'll also have KEFIs there, we'll have HCD doing their certification. So we are not just training farmers, signing contracts and leaving them. We will be quarterly meetings, so that the 15,000 is inclusive of all that.
Thank you for your insight, Dan. Let's move on to the next story. The 15th African Dairy Conference and Exhibition took place at the KICC from 14th to 16th of August 2019. The event was organized by the Eastern and Southern Africa Dairy Association, which saw more than 30 countries around the globe attending the event. More than 3,000 visitors and 150 exhibitors were also present. The association was formed in 2004, with its main agenda being able to improve the dairy sector with new technology being embraced and being at the top notch. The 3-day event created a platform for various stakeholders in the dairy sector to showcase their products. It was also a major platform for networking and better understanding of the dairy sector in Africa. Our reporter, Valentine Atino, attended the 3-day event and filed the following report.
The dairy sector has proved to be one of the fastest growing sectors in the East Africa regions, with new innovations being invented, as evidenced by the event organized by the Eastern and Southern Africa Dairy Association. Various farmers and stakeholders who attended the conference expressed their views on the importance of this event to them. They also had a say on the reception of the new technology by various visitors.
Tumetembelea viwanda vingi sana. Tumesoma mambo mengi sana kuhusu vile ng'ombe anapatiwa chakula, minerals, milk production, yoyote tumesoma. Hata vile unaweza kutoa maziwa mzuri. Nilipoingia hapa nimesoma mambo mengi na najua mengi nitakwenda kufanya practice. Nione kama nita-improve. Sana ni vile mimi nitakwenda kujitengenezea chakula changu cha ng'ombe. Kama kuweka silage, kutengeneza hay yangu, kuna zingine kama vile naweza kupanda rusan na vitu kama hivi. You know what is important is to improve what we are doing. Yeah.
Expected to see more of this stuff in the show. I would have expected farmers also to be able to come and tap from the rich knowledge and experiences that I see from different exhibitors in this event. But generally speaking, for us, it was a high-key event for us, and we've been able to do business from this show.
The event was generally a platform to encourage other farmers to embrace new technology of dairy farming with the main aim of improving the dairy sector and enhancing network.
Kwanza kama leo nimesoma mahali kwamba ng'ombe kama mwenye tuko naye nyumbani anatoa maziwa lita 1, lakini leo nimepata kujua kuna product yenye naweza mpa and then anaongeza maziwa inafika mpaka lita 5, lita 10. Kuna kitu kingine pia nimelearn pale is of the benefits of chia seeds, benefits of pumpkins, vile tunapika pumpkin tukitupa hizo mbegu. Nimepata kujua kwamba pia ni dawa na zinaweza tumika in other ways.
Many farmers across the globe were able to embrace their products and they managed to sell most of their products. In fact, some farmers opted to start some of the businesses.
Hata asili yao peke yake kutoka juzi, wakulima wamekuwa na shangwe, wamechukua manamba zetu, wanataka kufanya hivi na hivi, wamejua umuhimu. Pia kuna mkulima pia ashachukua haya majani akapelekea ng'ombe. Na jana amekuja akatuambia, kweli sisi ndio tunajitupa, anasema anaenda kupanda miwa kwake.
For Farmers TV, I'm Valentine Atieno.
What are your thoughts on that story, Dan?
Yeah, number one, formation of these associations has become very important, and like in Kenya, for example, the dairy cooperatives. All farmers in the dairy cooperative have been enhanced in terms of training, production, and they are doing quite well. I can give examples like from Kiambu, where we have dairy cooperatives which are doing very well, and if these cooperatives are formed and associations come together just to support the farmer and the new technology that is coming up, then I think with the milk production, if it's beef or the whole holistic of livestock, then that will be a very good thing. And just to add on that is, I'm aware there is a council that is being formed, the way we have Kenya Horticultural Council, Kenya Flowers Council, there is a council that's being formed on livestock. So again, just to propagate that from the national level.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and we have seen a lot of trainings happening when it comes to the dairy sector, not only in here in KICC, Nairobi County, but also in Uasin Gishu County, across other counties. But we have also seen a decline when it comes to milk production and also the profitability. Do you think that maybe these trainings are the way to go, considering that the dairy productivity is going down?
Yeah, and that's why it's important for these associations to work with other stakeholders, because the challenge you might find is, for example, the culture of doing dairy farming, napier grass and all that. These days there are way better way to do the production, to increase the milk production. There are better way of fodder, how to make the fodder,
and more
technology. There are the new technology, even simple things like even how do you milk. You find the new technology, how that can be done. And then basic things like record keeping. You find most farmers do not keep records. We do not know at what time do you feed, what did you feed. And so sometimes even when you find a veterinary goes, when a cow is sick, they cannot be able to identify sickness because no records are kept. So these small things that are coming up in with technology, then we will see a rise in the milk production eventually.
Dan, some of the resolutions that were made is that improving dairy breeds and also AI. Do you think that those are viable methods?
Yes, actually they are very viable, because for lack of a better word, I'll say the kienyeji way, we need now to upgrade from the kienyeji way of doing things. And the AI breeding, for example, I know of a farmer who's doing the AI, and actually has one of the best productions in terms of if it's milk and if it's beef. And actually even the breeds that he has, if you visit the farm, you can see the cows are huge, they're big. So I think that is the way to go. And actually internationally, breeding is what people are doing now. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Dan, for that. I'll have you read our next story on Embu Farm. Here you go. That is your camera.
Okay. Embu farm explores sorghum and millet value addition. Sorghum and millet have been important staple crops in the semi-arid tropics of Africa and Asia for centuries. Whilst many people only produce flour from the two crops, there is a farm in Embu County that has taken value addition of the two crops a notch higher by making snacks from the sorghum and pearl millet. Susan Mwangi visited Kieru farm and filed this report.
Sorghum and pearl millet are important traditional food crops in Africa and Southeast Asia. On a global basis, the two crops rank fifth among food cereals and contribute to the subsistence of an estimated 700 million people. While the two crops are mostly manufactured into flour, there is a group of farmers in Embu County who have taken the process of adding value to the cereals a notch higher by making snacks. Yeshangi Maina is the general manager of Kieru Company.
Mimi ni agro processor. Tunatengeneza cereal snacks, healthy cereal snacks from our traditional cereals, that is pearl millet and sorghum. Ile kazi tunafanya hapa, saa hii tunafanya sorting, ndio tu clean, ndio tupate kupea watu healthy snacks na kitu ambayo ni safi.
For healthy precaution measures, we were subjected to put on a dust coat to prevent germs and other substances from getting into the grains.
Ni mzuri kuangalia hygiene, tusicontaminate chakula na pia sisi tusipatwe na hiyo uchafu ya hiyo chakula. Hiyo ni lazima ukiwa agro processor, kitu ya kwanza kuangalia kabla ya kuanza kazi ni hygiene.
Okay, that was very nice. Huh? With a few touches here and there, you'll take my job, eh? Yeah. So what are your thoughts on that story?
Yeah, value addition is the way to go. So, for example, the farm in Embu, for example, they have the sorghum and they do value addition, that is the way to go. As I mentioned that even in the house of avocado, there are countries who are more interested not eating the avocado, but the avocado oil itself. For various reasons, cosmetics, medical purposes, because the avocado fruit has a lot of nutrients in it. And rather than exporting the fruit, if somebody in the US wants the avocado oil, why should we take the whole from the seed to the US? So we need to do value addition. Also in the avocado industry, actually through Mofam, they are bringing in machines to be doing the production of avocado oil in large scale. Yes.
Which is very important. And also this story, when it says about the sorghum and millet, adding value to that, and also from your perspective telling us about how people can even add value to avocado. Do you think that this should be replicated in other sectors?
Yes, in the whole industry, starting even coffee, tea, because since time immemorial, as we know from our fathers, that they've been doing they grow the crops, like for example coffee, we export them in raw form, they are manufactured and their value addition is done, and we go back and buy the same thing in the supermarket. So why can't we be selling the coffee or tea in its final product to the market, because that's again job creation, and with the Agenda 4, one of the things is manufacturing. So value addition, if it's sorghum, if it's avocado, in all crops, actually if we are to export anything, then it should be in its final stage, from packaging and everything to the market outside there.
Which brings me to my next question. Do you think the value addition will aid us in getting, or rather achieving, food security quicker?
Yes, it will do that, and actually also increasing production mainly. We have the Galana Kulalu, the irrigation scheme the government is doing that will actually help bridge the gap in food security. And from this kind of promoting small-scale farmers, at the moment, most farmers even are going to real estate, uprooting crops and all that, but it's because they have not been seeing value for so many years in farming. But with new technology coming in, if it's dairy farming, if it's crops, be it coffee, be it, if we do the value addition and then farmers start seeing value at the end of the day and the market is good, then people will start stop selling and uprooting the crops to go into real estate. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dan, for your insight on that. For you at home, let us know your feedback, especially on that story. Our big question today is, do you think that value addition can help in achieving Kenya's food security? Let us know on our social media platforms at Farm Kenya. We're taking a short commercial break, but we'll be back with more.